Hey guys, welcome to the coreross channel. So the patch notes for the mid-season reinforcements has just gone live, and we have just finished the live stream as well where they revealed everything. So let's go over all the changes. So first up we have Capcan. He is getting reworked, so he is going to become a 2-speed operator. Currently he is 1 speed 3 armor. He's going to be a 2 speed 2 armor now. His traps are going to be losing their laser, so you can actually see here when they get placed there's a laser, and then that laser just fades away and it's gone. There is no laser whatsoever. And they do say here in the patch notes it would deal 60 damage, but that's only to 1 armor 3 speed operators. It actually goes all the way down to 40 damage for 3 armor operators. So the slower you are, the more protected you are from these mines. Which is quite interesting because I think all the mines currently in the game do the same damage to everyone else. So like Legion's mines, frost traps, they all do the same no matter your armor. So it's quite interesting that the explosive damage from these is going to do different damage to different armor types. I can't wait to see Rogue 9 testing all this, see what the kind of blast radius is. And yes, he's going to be a 2 speed instead of a 1 speed. And this will hopefully make him a more versatile defender. So I'm quite happy with this change, but a lot of people aren't, but I think it's going to be quite cool. And they give a little reason here. They did a big talk about this on the live stream where they went over exactly why they thought this was a good change to him. We'll see when it goes live how well his pick rate goes up and if these mines do help him a lot. In the technical test server, I didn't find them that overpowered because most of the time people were looking for them because they were on the technical test server testing the new stuff. They knew all about the new Capcan changes. So I'm very curious what's going to happen when you go into a casual game with these brand new mines with no lasers. Should be a lot of fun. So I can't wait for the patch to go live tomorrow. Then we have the buff to Blitz as well. So this is a relatively simple one. You can see here he's sprinting and his shield stays up. So he doesn't go any faster or anything like that, but the shield stays up when he's running forward. So he can actually push up on enemies quicker because he's more protected. Which means he can get in there quicker, get closer, set off his flash and do a lot more damage to the enemy team. However, it's not a huge buff. Like, he can still get shot in the legs. He's not overly protected or anything like that. But it should help him become a far more useful operator for really pushing in there. And I think you'll still die just as much, probably. But it's definitely a bit more intimidating to see Blitz just kind of running at you. You know, coming in way faster than he normally would be when he's just walking or crouched. But your legs will be very, very vulnerable, and I think people will get very used to shooting the legs. Next up, we have Ela. So Ela is getting a nerf. She's going to be losing one of her mines, so she currently has 4, and she's going to go down to 3. And although I don't really see her mines as being overly powerful, it is of course a little nerf, and maybe in the Pro League certainly this might be the difference between picking her and not picking her. And they're also going to be increasing the recoil of the Scorpion. Now, they did say that the uniqueness of the Scorpion is its 50-round magazine, so they didn't want to change that. So instead, they've increased the recoil. But they say that you can still get accurate shots off with like 10-round bursts. So she's still going to be incredibly powerful. You're just not going to be able to hold down the trigger and actually put out a lot of accurate fire like you could before. We'll see how this impacts Ela's pick rate. I think she's still going to be one of the best picked operators in the game, and maybe might just need another nerf down the line. We'll have to wait and see. So that's all the buffs and nerfs. Now we've got the Elite Jaeger, which of course we've seen last week, and he does look like a total douchebag, doesn't he? So yeah, I think a lot of people are going to love this skin, and of course a lot of people play Jaeger, so I think we're going to see this guy spawn peaking a hell of a lot. So yeah, I think a lot of people are looking forward to this skin, and it's going to be really cool. We also got to see in the live stream the actual skin of the gun as well, and the slightly modified gadget too, which is just a little bit more, as they said, rustic in the live stream. So yeah, going to get an Elite Jaeger. I think a lot of people will pick it. I'm not going to pick it up because I don't play the Jaeger that much. And then we have the usual improvements and such. So in this patch, they're doing a lot of network improvements. So first of all, we've got the latency alignment, which basically takes into effect the ping of the player so that it kind of adds to their kind of response time. So if they have a higher ping and they shoot you, it'll take a little bit longer for that information to actually get to the server, which means that if you have a better ping and your information gets there quicker, even though you might have shot later, you will end up killing that player and they won't be able to kill you because they have a worse ping. Now, of course, this means that some people will benefit from this, some people will not benefit from this, but if you live really far from the closest server, it's going to suck. But if you have a good ping, it should be a good thing. Of course, I think they have to kind of prioritize the good pings because there's no way to kind of totally improve connection for everybody. But it's going to be a bit of an interesting thing to see how this works out when it goes live. Then they're changing the pawn-to-pawn physics, which means that you shouldn't be able to, like if Montang is just in a doorway with his shield extended, you shouldn't be able to teleport through him and then stab him in the back. So that's the idea here. So we'll see if this works out. It'd be great if it does. Then we are reducing the upper limits on the latency required to initiate extra hit validation steps. So I guess if you fired at someone's head, you got blood splashing out, and the server decided, no, that's not a valid hit because maybe that other guy shot you first. This might give you a little bit more of a chance to get that headshot. We'll have to wait and see how that works out too. Then replication improvements here, which apparently should reduce everybody's latency, which is good. Then we're going to be getting the processing delay plus ping. So currently the ping we see in the game is the ping plus processing delay. So they're just going to basically remove the processing delay number and just have your ping. So everyone, when you boot up the game tomorrow with the new patch, everyone's going to have a lower number just because they've just decided to delete the processing number delay, which is still there, but they're just going to show the ping, so everyone will have a lower ping. So I'm wondering if there'll be a placebo effect where everyone's like, oh my god, it's so smooth and it's so great, just because the ping is lower even though nothing has actually changed. Then they're adding connection icons, so these ones here. I think the real reason they've added these connection icons is that if you go and upload a clip to Reddit or YouTube or something, like complaining about hit registration, and you have a big red ping icon on your screen, then they'll know that you had a bad ping when this happens, and they'll be able to just say to you, no, this isn't bad hit registration, your internet was just rubbish at the time. So these will show up if things are going wrong. So that will hopefully help them also identify valid hit registration problems and stuff that is just down to pings and bad connections. And you can go check out their dev blog for an explanation of all the improvements they're planning to do in this patch. I've already done a video on that as well. And they're actually bringing Renown back for the Lone Wolf Terrorist Hunt. However, it doesn't sound very good because it doesn't matter if you win or lose or the difficulty level. It's just the amount of time you actually take in it, which makes me think it's going to be super, super low. Like, I can't imagine a player booting up, staying in there for like 2 hours doing literally nothing, and then blowing themselves up and losing, because winning and losing doesn't matter. I expect they'll get like hardly any renown. But at least you can potentially get some for doing Lone Wolf, and yeah, that might help some people out there, although I think it is going to probably be pretty small. Anyway, main bug fixes. So first off, they're fixing the castle glitch and the Montang glitch. So those are both being fixed and were confirmed in the live stream, so that's really good.
Two of the major ones that we have coming in the patch tomorrow are a fix for the castle bug. A lot of players have been impacted by that and been experiencing that. That will be fixed tomorrow for all platforms. Also, Montaigne has been causing a bit of a headache for some players where he's able to fire with his shield fully extended. We'll be fixing that one as well.
And then overall, we're just getting a kind of usual main bug fixes. We can see here that when you put a shield in a certain way in a doorway, you can then vault and clip into different walls and stuff like that. So they're actually changing that, but it has to be changed on an individual basis, which is really bad. Because like over Operation Health, YouTube channels grew that were all about glitching and finding glitches in the game. And this means they're going to have to fix any glitches that are found one by one, patch by patch, which means like these kind of glitches could be in the game for weeks before we get a patch for it, which is really unfortunate. And then we have basically our usual kind of fixes. There's always interesting stuff in here, like apparently the trophy system wasn't intercepting grenades like it was intended to, so that's interesting. That could have got people killed who were thinking they were probably pretty safe. Apparently Hibana's pellets could get attached to nothing, causing them to float. That's cool. Ash was able to destroy Shockfire on an electrified reinforced wall and receive points when she should not be able to destroy it with her breaching round. Interesting. So these are all the stuff they're fixing, which of course quite an interesting thing. And there's the Montang one. Montang can shoot through his the extended shield, so that's gone. And where's our castle one actually? Yeah, doesn't actually say it in the patch notes. Where's the castle one? I know that is getting fixed. They did say it. There we go. Deploying Castle's barricade and cancelling animation will no longer cause other players' FPS to drop. It's weird that that's not down here in the operators one, but there we go. So that will be fixed, thank God. So that's apparently been bugging a lot of people, and I expect it's probably used a lot in ranked games. And then we pretty much have your general fixes. You can go and take a look at these. There'll of course be a link in the description below where you can go look at all these patch notes and see all the changes for yourself. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. That is the mid-season reinforcements. It is coming out tomorrow on the 26th of October. Anyway guys, catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.